Please.
Welcome back to Mik'd. Today is Friday, August 26th. We are live from Uncle Earls. We're brought to you by Sterling Automotive. It's another Good Friday. Not the Good Friday that we're always
Thank you,
used to.
God.
Yeah, thank you, God, for another Friday.
Another
We made it through the week. I know
bum.
everybody's probably exhausted from their work week. I'm exhausted. I know Lloyd's exhausted. Lloyd had a grinder of a week. I know Jack's probably exhausted. He had a lot of school.
Thermo.
Yeah, a lot of thermodynamics
What's that
going
mean,
on.
dude?
Big thermo guy.
Thermo. Let's go by.
Thermostat.
Let's go. Thermo is what?
Temperature.
Okay.
Dynamics is how things move. So how temperature moves through.
It's the study of heat energy.
There we go. That's pretty much right. That's a C- at least.
Yeah, you're close.
Yeah.
Temperature, you just got. It's not hot and cold. It's how heat.
I didn't study math. I studied Latin.
Study Latin. That's good. Let's study
Pig
a dead-
Latin or
Let's
actual-
study a dead language.
Yeah. Well, no. It's the basis of all
I
languages.
know what it is,
actually.
but it's still a dead language.
No,
Nobody
'cause
speaks
it's
Latin
It's
anymore.
very well alive, and
nobody speaks Latin anymore.
prefix and suffix is the basis of all etymology. Thank you very much.
I understand where the languages came from, but the language itself
It's dead.
dead.
Yes, but
Okay,
you
thank
don't have to study. I'm not trying to major in it. I'm just saying.
But are you?
I'm out of school.
Why did you take that?
I didn't.
Somebody
Okay,
told
well-
us it would be easy.
We're a sports show. Let's get to some sports talk. We got, like I said, it's Friday. News cycle kind of slows down a little bit towards the end of the week. Don't have a whole bunch to talk about, but we still got enough to talk about. Saints play tonight, 7 p.m. Last preseason game of the preseason. Last game of the preseason, not last preseason game. I guess you can say either way. They play the Chargers. Both teams are 0-2. That doesn't matter. Jameis Winston has come out, and they said that Jameis is going to play a couple of series, is what they said on the bottom line of NFL Network. So I don't know if that's true or not.
Texting over there.
Nick
What's so
Underhill
important?
Said he was
Who?
playing.
Me?
Nick Underhill said he was playing.
I was playing.
Brick breaker.
I was playing Deontay and Pooh. But I'm in, baby.
I'm here now.
Nick Underhill said he was playing.
Oh, okay, then he's playing.
So he's playing.
The
So he's
source
gonna,
of
yeah, it's about as good as a source you're going to get.
absolutely.
He's gonna, okay.
Fumble.
He's going to play a couple he's going to play
always
a couple
football
series.
season.
I don't think any of the others Michael Thomas said obviously he's not going to play. I don't think Jarvis is going to play. I don't think a lot of the starters are going to play. Trevor Penning is going to play again. I think he's pretty much earned that spot, obviously. He just wants some more work. Olave is going to play. You're going to get some guys. You're not going to get all the guys. Jameis is the guy that you want to see. Last preseason game, just get out the game healthy.
Hey, I don't want to badmouth the sponsor. Caesars, we're very appreciative. Can you put some first half lines out there, or are you scared? Because give me some
preseason,
first half start.
Preseason.
Yeah, but I'm invested in this.
Yeah, but that's probably why because they don't. You can't.
I was about to say, how do you want them to quantify that?
They're
when they don't know?
actuaries, the people who actually make how are you going to predict that?
Yeah, they're trying to take the starters out the game.
Or they don't play. You don't know.
They play in the first half. I just saw it last night.
Not all. LSU, I mean, the Saints aren't.
Yeah, if Jameis Winston's going to get some run tonight, I'd like to bet the
two
first quarter.
series.
Yeah, I'd like to. Hey, one scoring drive, that's 7.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
Hey, well, yeah, you have a direct line to the people over there. Why don't you give them a call or an email? Shoot them an
This
email.
is my direct
You know,
line.
I know you don't like using email. Let's shoot them an email. Slowly but surely, I'm making you grow into a business professional.
Just text me.
That's something that doesn't work either.
I know Achinko outed me yesterday. We were talking a little golf. He goes, "You're one of the guys that doesn't look at their phone for 2 hours." And I was like, "Absolutely." He goes, "I know that.
Yeah,
I'm that
I mean,
guy."
come on. That's very predictable by you.
Yeah.
You know, worst person ever is Bo Didier, but it's okay. You're not that bad.
Oof. Yeah, Bo's
You may not get a phone
Bo's not
call.
good.
You might not get a response for a
I
week.
try to respond.
I appreciate the effort.
Yeah, I respond. It just might not be in the timely manner that you want
Now,
it to be in.
are you I'll look at the text message guy and then put it down and don't respond? Okay, that's horseshit.
Oh,
That's horseshit.
why? I'm taking my
'Cause
time.
It takes
I'm doing
you.
something
It
else.
takes you 30 seconds max to think about what you want to respond and get rid of them. Or if you can't talk, like, hey, bro, I'm doing this. I'm not going to be around the phone. You know, it's respected. Some people deserve that. Other people, I guess, you don't have to.
Well, I don't want to be like, hey, I'm busy right now. Nobody
No,
wants
it's not
to be.
about being busy. It's not about being busy. You just say, hey, dude, I'm gonna try to get to your text. I got a lot of shit I'm doing at the studio or wherever I'm doing. May or may not be able to get back to you promptly.
Okay, so that's an email.
Yeah, you know. Sign off. Make sure you sign
We
off on
gotta
it.
kind disregard
Yeah.
Floyd.
Yeah. Lloyd coordinator.
I don't know what they talking about.
What are y'all talking about?
We got action. Never mind. Here we go. Up now. Friday night.
Oh. I see Dominic Davis in there.
Try to get him on the show.
That's not the same guy.
That's the same guy.
It's like, damn.
3-1?
You going out there?
He sent him a message and he said, "Man, I remember watching. You were fucking unbelievable." Go Tigers.
Brokerage, baby.
No, that's a guy that goes to my gym. Different guy.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure. This
He
guy's
spells
like
it the same way.
this guy's like 5'2".
Sharon Carey on the game.
Chiron, Karen. Biggest sports news of the day, I think, right now is Aaron Donald.
What an asshole.
Aaron Donald took off 2 helmets and tried to kill somebody with both of them.
Dude, he
He,
dual-wielded.
he gets
I
away
mean,
with that shit during the year.
If you look at the video, that helmet came out hot.
That was
like,
Myles Garrett.
yeah.
I think that was worse than Myles Garrett.
Aaron Donald gets away with stuff like that every Sunday, like choking offensive linemen. And we don't see it.
Okay, so the choking accusations that you have
Alleged.
It might just be salty because he beat Joe in the Super Bowl.
You know how big Aaron Donald is? You know how tall he is?
I don't care.
He's
6'1".
smaller than all them dudes, man.
Yeah.
He's 6'1", so he's already underneath them, right? So this 6'5" offensive lineman who's got his arms extended, and like Donald's looking up at him, like the only way Donald can get is gets up underneath. Sometimes he may get up and it may just get up to the throat, and it may look worse than it actually is. Like I don't care about that. This, I don't know what happened. Rumor is allegedly like Collins was getting held in a play. And he kind of got in a scuffle, and I guess they've been scuffling all day. Aaron Donald jumps right in the middle of it. Helmets comes flying, gets shellacked off somebody's head. Then Aaron Donald gets shoved and rolled over. Then he has 2 helmets in his hand. He's ready to go.
Hey, 200,
Ready to go.
280 pounds. He did a full barrel roll, like
And got right back
that was
up.
impressive.
with helmets in his hand.
Yeah. Guys,
Lost
a freak
zero
show.
Guy's a
momentum.
freak show.
Yeah.
He's a freak show, but he was ready. He's ready to go.
He's
They
always
had
ready.
they canceled practice. I would imagine he is not playing in the
Preseason game.
the preseason game against the Bengals. I would imagine after everything that's happened.
Question.
I would
Seriously.
imagine that the
Hey, let me ask this question,
play because
seriously.
it's getting a little chippy.
Suspended or not suspended?
Not-
what do you
not
think?
suspended.
No. What do you think? Not what do you like? What do you think he should be?
Not suspended.
Why
It
is
was
that?
practice.
Why is that?
It was practice. Practice.
I
No,
agree.
it's
I hear a lot of the other, and I just know I'm like.
It was practice. Like the team's up. Like I think the team may say, "Hey, you're fine." Like whatever. But like,
I think the only reason people think he should be suspended is because of the Myles Garrett thing.
yeah, but Myles Garrett happened on national TV
on Monday night.
On Monday night, and the
like
NFL,
national TV.
And
In an actual game.
stepped
And he
in and did
connected to like.
Like yeah, in an actual game. Like that's a little different.
And right now, the NFL has always
The Mason Rudolph face was unbelievable.
yes.
Just shocked.
Mason
what could
Rudolph
happen
has
to
been
you.
playing good football in the preseason.
I heard Mason Rudolph is getting some serious like trade interest, which I just don't understand.
I don't understand either. Because where's he going to go? Who
But,
needs him?
but
I mean,
yeah.
as a backup for sure. But I'm also seeing and reading and hearing, and the rumor is that Kenny Pickett is making a hard push to be the starter. Now, listen, I know that he's played against the backups in preseason, but he's still playing. It's his first time in the NFL. He's playing against these guys, and he's not just playing well. He's dominating those guys. So I think he's earned the right to say, okay, like he's kind of graduated from JV. Maybe he may be ready for the varsity now. You don't know, and so you put him in there. That's why I think Trubisky's going to start the season, but I don't think Kenny Pickett is as far off as people thought he was when he first got to the
I'll say
NFL.
this. Here's the thing too, which I didn't realize.
You're a little close to this. Your fiance's got a podcast.
Well, no.
Steelers
It's not even
podcast,
about
you
that.
saying?
It's not even about that. I just realized this the other day. She does have a podcast, Yenzers. It's great. Plugged it.
Plug it again.
Plugged it. It's Yenzers. It's great. Plugged it.
How do you spell it?
YINHERZ or S, one of the two.
She from Pittsburgh?
Huh?
She from?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Originally, yeah.
That's not the state I'd have guessed.
Yeah, originally. I'll say this though about the Kenny Pickett thing. I didn't realize that. So y'all remember when Joe won the Heisman, he was older than Lamar in the league.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Y'all do realize Kenny Pickett is 24 years
Yes.
older right now.
Yes.
You know how old Joe is right now?
24.
25.
Oh, he's 25.
So my point is like Kenny's
Yeah, he's old.
he's got more experience
He's
and
seasoned,
he's older
right.
than you think.
No
So
doubt.
like I don't really expect it to happen, but I wouldn't be surprised at all.
Yeah, no doubt.
You know,
I don't think it was I didn't think that it was going to be the adjustment of here in the NFL, because I think that he had that. He had the moxie. It was about, okay, are you going to be able to physically adjust to the timing and the speed?
I would imagine playing with the Biletnikoff winner helped him out a lot. Yeah, obviously, like, the guy's talented, right? And obviously Kenny probably helped him a ton too. But them two being able to work together has probably helped him a ton when it comes to speed of the game.
But he sits in the pocket and gets smashed, and he stands right in there and makes a throw. Like, that's – I mean, he looks good.
Yeah.
Trubisky's going to start.
Yeah, I would imagine. But I really, truly wouldn't be surprised.
It's not as far. I don't think the gap's as far.
I wouldn't.
And I feel bad for Trubisky because I think he's good. I think he has a chance to be good. And I wanted him to go out there and play well and hopefully get an opportunity.
And I'll say this, too, for the Trubisky situation. If he doesn't get the starting nod, boy, he's got a raw deal at the NFL thing. Huh? It's been tough for him.
Yeah.
It's been a tough go at the NFL for him.
Yeah, it's been tough.
He'll start week 1.
Like, I thought he was going to get the opportunity that Mariota's getting now.
Right.
Like, a second chance. You got to back up a couple years.
And Pickett just won't go away right now.
What's that?
Pickett just won't go away right now.
And that's kind of what happened with, in a sense, kind of what happened with Matt Flynn.
I was thinking the same thing.
In Seattle, right?
Like, the same thing.
Flynn was there. They drafted Russell in the 3rd, 4th round. Russell comes in there, and he just forced his way into the starting lineup. Couldn't help it, and
kept going.
Now, Trubisky's got a little bit more experience starting than Matt did, but
it's a very similar situation.
Yeah. It'll be fun. This is there's 2 weeks left of preseason football. This is week 0 for college football, which is exciting. Because I will be throwing money on games I have no idea and I don't have any information on, but I'm gonna do it just for the shits and gigs. Hawaii, Vanderbilt in Hawaii. Always bet the flying. What are they? Hawaii. What is
the
Hawaii?
Rainbow Warriors.
Always bet the Rainbow Warriors when they're on the island.
I can't disagree with you.
That is a Barstool Big Cat lock.
Oh, then he's not very good at it. He gambles like I do. I took
but
both favorites last night. Money line
in
parlay,
the Barstool hype video, that's what he talked about. He said always take the Hawaii on the island.
Yeah, you should.
You guys take
Is
Hawaii
June
on the
Jones
island.
still the head coach?
I don't know, dude. I don't know who the head coach is. I just know they went on the island, they scored points, and they're playing Vanderbilt, who I can't imagine Vanderbilt traveling from Tennessee to Hawaii.
What's the spread? Vanderbilt has a new head coach that played fullback, very Dan Campbell-esque, where he's kind of like...
So you're thinking he's going to go under the...
Burn the boats. He might literally burn a boat.
Fullback head coach? A former fullback head coach?
I mean, they have to. The problem with the under is you have to stop Hawaii from scoring.
Well, I don't know if Hawaii is like that anymore. We're thinking of Javid Best, Colt Brennan, like rest in peace. But we're thinking of that old Hawaii.
You also have to realize that they're traveling like
at least 5,
6 hours at the time difference.
They're the Commodores.
I'm just saying, just straight off and just cut. That doesn't matter.
But they got there. I think the biggest game. Who is? Hawaii's a dog.
See?
I think I like that. Yeah,
Javid Best.
Yeah, come on, redeem yourself.
Come on,
redeem yourself.
I had him all the time in NCAAs. Colt Brennan, number 4, Dreads. I'm thinking about it.
You're not gonna get it. It's gone.
Yeah, you're out on that.
It's gone. It's gone out your head. The biggest game of opening weekend is Iowa Northwestern. Big Ten matchup.
They play Nebraska.
What did I say? Iowa?
Yeah.
Oh, Nebraska. Northwestern. That's a Big Ten matchup. That's the biggest matchup of week 0. We can do a little scouting on Florida State if you want. Go and see what they got. If you want to call it that, go see what they've got. They're playing Duquesne. They're playing Duquesne.
Something just happened in Duquesne.
It's Duquesne.
Duquesne.
It's Duquesne. The team that they're playing is Duquesne. It's not a person.
Keep it up. Hey, keep it up.
It's a college. It's a university.
Duquesne I love Twitter's going to come right at us right now.
Who's that?
They have a Twitter?
We'll see.
Good. Let them come at us. I don't know if you're going to see much from Florida State, but at least you get to see them. It's just going to be nice to have like real meaningful games. Like wins, losses actually matter with these. Brian Kelly had his first radio show yesterday at TJ Ribs, when was the last time you've been there?
I've never been to TJ Ribs.
Yeah,
in your life.
Ever in your life?
TJ Ribs used to be the spot where you'd come to Baton Rouge and you play a travel baseball game, and you go to either TJ Ribs or Brewbacher's. That was the 2 places you would go.
Okay, now that you say, do they have the Heisman Trophy there?
Yep.
Okay, I've been to TJ Rips for exactly that reason.
Yep, that's it.
I've
That's
never
the
been
spot.
to
'Cause it's
it.
right by the interstate.
Do they have the Heisman Trophy there?
Yeah,
that's
it's-
the one.
That's the
right-
one. I had no idea where we were. I mean,
It's
imagine
right by
being
the
12.
It's right by the interstate. That's why you do it. And so
Hotels are right there.
we would do that. That's how I got. And they'd write your name upside down, the whole shebang, right? Like that's what they do. So he had his first radio show at TJ Ribs. No fan questions, no call-ins.
Sick of your own shit already.
Hey, listen to me.
What you said?
Hey, LSU super fan 1, 2, 3,
Can you
3.
repeat that?
No questions.
No questions.
You know why? Because you're going to ask me who the starting quarterback's going to be, and I'm not going to announce that on my radio show. You're going to ask me who the starting offensive line is going to be. I'm not going to announce that on the radio show. You're going to ask me if Keyshawn Butte is healthy and look good. I'm not going to. You know the answer to that. So
Not going to talk about health on it.
I'm not gonna take the chance of somebody calling in and acting like an idiot and trying to bait me to say something about me killing you and burying you in the swamp.
That happened.
That happened to somebody.
Stuff that happened.
Hopefully didn't physically actually really happen to that person.
He's
Hopefully
been on the run ever since.
Hopefully he's still alive and not dead in a swamp somewhere. If he is,
I got a vision of
let's go look him up. But no fan questions, no call-ins. I like it. I don't think that there's not a reason like this. There's not a reason to take him right now. Like there's no.
I don't think
Brian
he'll ever
Kelly's
do it.
job, like he's not to say, hey, I'm gonna please all the fans just because you have access to me. I'm gonna please the fans because we're gonna win. That's how you please the fans. They're gonna respect that. You know, some guys have taken the approach of I'm gonna be the crowd pleaser and I'm gonna say what you want to hear. That usually doesn't work out well. Usually you get put in a corner and.
Well, yeah, I mean, if you go to the previous regime, they were doing the, we're all in this together. I'm not running from anything. I'm one with the fan base, whatever. Obviously, Coach O probably fell a little bit into the I'm one of you all trap where it's like, oh, ask me anything. Let's talk about, his first call.
Listen to me.
I'm saying he
Go
was
ahead,
trying to get into the Louisiana culture. He's
sure.
like, I'm not running from anything. Les Miles didn't know what to do. And
Well,
then,
Les Miles will say a lot and will say nothing.
right, and so Brian Kelly, it makes like this.
But I say, did Les ever answer like a real
question? No?
Listen to me. When Les Miles
What did y'all think?
would have a
what that man
post-game-
just
We would laugh at like the words we'd be like, Brad never heard that word ever.
When
But,
he
like,
would have a
what if he
post-game
just said-
said?
interview-
Your sentence structure is unbelievable.
How did he just run around that question? He said nothing about it.
When he would have a post-game interview, you'd finish and you'd be like, "What did he just say?"
Well, I just got nothing out of that. He didn't say anything.
He would say it with a smile. Like before halftime, he would say it with a smile, and then he'd go in. I'm like,
What?
"What? The fuck did he just say?"
Hell yeah!
And I'm like, "All right, let's go do it. Go get him."
Shit, that's
Hope
what
you
we
come out
got.
with a lot of want to.
Yeah, little
They
chest.
had a want. They
Yeah.
had a want to win the game.
Hey, our team meetings would go the same way too. Just to be honest with you, he'd say a lot, and we'd be like, "All right, just go to individuals. I don't really know what that was about, but let's just go ahead and get on out of
Could you
here."
imagine being an assistant coach being like, I'm going to sit through this, and then after all this is done, we can go do what we're supposed to do?
So you had a guy who came out and tried to talk like a philosophizer
Yeah, perfect.
and didn't really know how to say what he was trying to say. It didn't make sense.
I
And
used
you
to
had
be-
you had former Fran as the other
I
coach.
used to be
You didn't
convinced that he
understand
would
him.
that he had like a dictionary like on his desk.
Yeah, but I think he made the words up.
And he would flip through and be like, "This the one. I'm gonna find some kind of way to use this one today."
Word of the day.
I don't even know what it means. It doesn't matter, but I'm gonna put it in here.
Probably majored in Latin.
Probably. That's what the problem is. Speaking a dead language, you can
Him and
understand
Lloyd
it.
sat through his classes together.
No doubt.
Yeah.
But
Not a female.
back to
He showed up more than Lloyd.
back to the main
Showed
point
out.
of this. And I don't like going back to the Les Miles eras because those are very bad. I don't like really.
What do you mean? We had a championship there.
we got
We
a
did have a
quarterback
championship
right
there.
there.
Thank you for Jimbo. Thank you, Jimbo. But Brian Kelly
I'll play quarterback.
Brian Kelly doesn't do that. Doesn't have to do that.
Yeah.
His whole thing is I'm going to say, hey, you know what? You cannot like me or like me. We're gonna win, and I promise you, if we win, you're gonna like me. And that's how he does it. He's doing it a professional way. He has a plan. I think we all are in the consensus, and we enjoy that. So, hope you enjoyed the radio show with no questions, because I did. Go ahead.
I'm just wondering, for all the people out there that used to love to go to the radio show and do this thing, this is the power, this is the mouthpiece of the internet that you're now excommunicadoing from LSU fan base. So I'm wondering if this leaves a bad taste in their mouth, as we've seen. But like you said, winning takes care of everything. I'm just wondering if, like, we all know who's out there. Evil Twin. These people that line up to call that are like, what are you doing with your day? He shifted it from Tuesday to Thursday, and now you see, like, that place was packed to the gills.
Right.
And they were all expecting, I'd imagine, to be able to
Back to the what?
And look, maybe they will actually be able to.
No, I'm complimenting Brian Kelly.
No, I
on
know,
this.
but I think he's probably gonna allow them to ask a few questions over the course of. You think no questions ever?
No, why would you need to open yourself up?
Saban does it. Saban lets him. Saban allows questions on his show. That's why I say that maybe.
How many? You think he has?
I'm saying I'm sure it's limited. Like, hey, we're gonna take a few questions, and then like they're probably screened before they get on.
That's what I was about to say. Is that you're not getting somebody going through going, hey, I have my sister's there. She's a hot blonde. Please don't.
Right.
Do the thing that you do.
Exactly.
For her birthday. Like, that's not getting through at Alabama.
No, it's screened. That incident.
And you can't screen in-person questions.
No, but yeah, I guess you can't because they can tell you that we're gonna say something different. But
how do you think
that
I got
goes
this
into
job?
the phone call goes into everybody. That just fall. The answer falls squarely on but fell on everybody that was involved with allowing that question in. Like,
I mean, I've screened calls for LSU for the coaches show before, and they do the exact same thing that they would have done in person. They lie to you and
they tell you, I
want to ask about the offensive line. It's like,
right.
Hey, don't bang my sister. It's like, that's not what he told me on the phone.
Yeah, you're right.
Unless we're doing the Howard Stern show, then that would be great. Great content. But I just feel like Brian Kelly, it's like a turning over, not even a new chapter. It's a whole new book that we're like, shove this shit away.
Right, no doubt.
I'm running it my way.
No doubt.
I don't care what y'all did at LSU. I'm changing the day.
That's why I want the season to start. Because until the season starts and the games are starting to play and you start to see the new team and you start to see the new product, you're still going to have – the only thing you can do is compare it to the past. And I hate that because it's not going to be like the past. It's different than the past. It's different. It's a different program now. It's a different leadership. And, like, the longer this thing – like – August is long because it's only a month, but it feels like it's 2 months because you're anticipating the season to start. And, like, everybody has all these questions and all these different things. And it's August 26th, and we don't know who the starting quarterback is. We don't know. I am willing to put a lot of money that they already know, that the team knows, the quarterback knows, like, that they know. And
they should.
I could be wrong, but the game starts in 9 days.
God, that feels soon.
It is soon.
It is, sir.
I know, but it feels like it snuck up on me again.
It feels like you didn't what?
Hey,
It feels like the LSU season snuck up on me again.
Oh, I thought you said something else.
Lloyd's getting nervous again.
I am.
I know. Wait. So where are you now? Are you on the?
He's turning
Are
from
you on the
media guy to
positive?
fandom guy.
Where are you? Where are you? Positive or
Damn
negative?
it.
What side? What side are you on now?
I want LSU to go 15-0.
No, I know what you want them to do, but some days you come in, you're like, no, I'm swaying. I think you convinced me. And then the other days you come in, I'm like,
I still have questions.
of course, everybody's got questions.
Yeah.
Nobody has all the answers.
I just like to illuminate the question marks as opposed to ignoring them when some people don't want to
You
do
like
that.
to be the heel.
It's not even the heel. It's just like, well, I don't want to be I told you so guy, but I told you so.
Would you tell me so?
I'm just saying there's question marks around what we've done or LSU has done in terms of, like, why special teams isn't solidified up yet. Offensive line still has question marks. We don't know what kind of scheme they're going to run. There's all sorts of question marks that lead into losing the first game of the year.
I think people are going to be very
which I think we'd be okay with.
Yeah, we've gotten spoiled in the kicker department. And I know, like, it's not the sexy position to talk about, but we don't really know who our kicker is.
Good.
And the last 2 years have been, like,
Good.
really good. You know, like, you see.
Bro, are you kidding me? No, yeah, it's exactly what I said. Good. Like, if we're relying on knowing who the kicker is, we're probably not in a good spot anyway.
We shouldn't worry about the kicker, but I'm just saying, you talk about special teams and, like, you know, you have a guy that's going to be in the NFL, he's going to be kicking 60 yarders all year this year. Like, it's great. It's nice.
Okay, all right, so let me ask you this.
Hopefully you're not relying on 60-yard field goals.
Let me just ask you
for
this
sure.
question. How often could you, season in and season out, could you just rattle off the name of the kicker?
No. I mean,
All right, so then, like,
I'm not saying it's a big
we had a
deal.
guy who was a guy here, which was great, but, like, at the end of the day, that's
I'm
not,
with you.
Come on now.
Just make more than you miss. Actually, make 75% of the field goals. That'd be okay. But, yeah, I'm with you. It doesn't really matter. He brought up the special teams. That is a question. Yes.
Oh, no, it's certainly
obviously.
a question. The only reason that I bring that up is because it's something that you would hope would be figured out by now. You know, you've had all of camp to figure out a quarterback and kicker, and that they should be in the same vein.
Just because we don't know it, just because we don't know the answer, doesn't mean it's not figured out. You know what I mean? And that's all. That's my. I'm not saying that to you. I'm not saying that to you personally. I'm saying it just.
I'm way more comfortable with them, quote unquote, inside the building, not knowing who the kicker is today, than them not knowing who the quarterback is today. Which I think they have a good idea who the quarterback is, even if they don't.
Just
Listen,
like you said, the scheme.
Listen,
thing,
I'm
sure they know what they're running.
They released the depth chart, whatever.
Depth chart.
The depth chart. But they also know the names that they haven't. Like they know who's starting. They're not making the decision next week. They've made the decision.
And if you look at the boost from our good friends at Caesars, you can see who Vegas thinks will be the starter. With Jaden Daniels, they put a line out on him, but not one for Nussmeier on the boost. So I'd imagine Vegas has somehow.
And listen, I will urge caution on like that. Those are some hefty numbers.
Big numbers.
For a guy who you don't know if he's going to get all of the snaps at quarterback, right? Now, great segue into the Caesar Sports. If you do love football, like we love football, and you love LSU, like I think you do, we have 5 days left of this giveaway. And if you don't want the tickets, that's fine. I mean, that doesn't hurt my feelings. But if you do want 4 free tickets in the club section of the Florida State LSU game in New Orleans, the day before Labor Day, where nobody has anything to do the next day, then go ahead, download the Caesars Sportsbook app, use the promo code MMLSU15, enter to win 4 tickets to the game. Now, the Saints-Chargers games tonight, we had a promotion for that game. We didn't really push it all that much because I just didn't think many people were going to want it, and y'all proved me right. 0 people applied for that one. So those tickets are not being given away. It's okay. It's okay. We get tickets. Someone else got them. They're going to go. I wouldn't want to go either. I understand. But I do want to go to the first LSU game of the season in New Orleans. And so,
yeah,
LSU
look at the juxtaposition of the two games. Can I go to the only preseason game?
It's the last preseason game where nobody's sick of preseason. You're ready for the season to start.
Or can I go to the LSU home opener in the Dome against Florida State? That's nobody's fault.
Nobody's fault. We knew that. When they gave us both of them, like, okay, well, one's going to be a hot commodity. One's going to be like, I don't give a shit about it. So MMLSU15 is the promo code for the 4 tickets. You have to download the Caesars app, make a bet, or upload money and make a bet. Can't just upload money, can't just download the app. Doesn't work that way. I would love to get stuff.
Bet on the Saints.
Bet on the Saints. Bet on the future of the Saints and LSU that they also just boosted to, I think, plus 150 or 120? 180. 180. And that is, what is the over-under?
14.5.
Combined wins between the Saints and LSU is over 14.5. I think that's a gimme.
Let's do the math on that real quick. So
listen, the over under on what they did is they gave you half a point, half a game. So Saints over under is 8, LSU's over under is 7, 15, 14.5. They gave you half. They gave you a hook.
So LSU just needs to win one, or the Saints need to go on a mini run.
LSU is going over 7. I'm telling you that.
Okay, but and that can be debated as we've done on this show before. But I think the Saints playing a 17-game schedule might be the over/under that's more criminally underrated than LSU's.
8 games.
Yeah, I think 8 is low.
And the only reason
that has them going 8 and 9.
The only reason I think that they have 8 or Vegas has 8 is because they just don't know, right? Like, which. I mean, they have to know something because they're Vegas and they're smart and they're not just putting out a random line to lose money. I think it just obviously they don't know. But Jameis is back. Jameis is healthy. I don't understand why 8 is the number. I guess I don't know.
So that's what I'm saying. So you have to pick one. Which we both are obviously very high on the LSU over and the Saints.
Are we both high on the LSU over? I don't think you're high on the over.
No, but I bet it like a million times.
I know. I don't think that you're high on the over.
Okay, not high. I'm invested in the LSU.
You may be
over.
high, but you're not invested.
No,
in
I'm not high right now.
Okay, good. I'm good. Proud of you.
Adderall, does that count?
No, I don't think so.
Needed it.
Lloyd's fandom side's invested.
That's an enhancement.
Yeah.
His media side is not high on it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Well, it's both because I felt like the number was low, but when you go through the schedule, it's a multitude of things that can happen in college football. Same thing with the NFL, but it feels like the Saints line, for them to win only 8 games, has them 8-9. And I don't see the Saints having a losing season.
I agree.
And so you'd have to.
I can tell you what, if they did,
After the signing?
I would imagine Dennis Allen is see ya later.
Yeah.
If they had a losing season.
And bring back Sean.
Something's got to happen.
Sean's
Because they
still
got
under
way
contract.
too much talent to have a losing season.
I don't think they're going to have a losing season. I will say this.
Joe Brady, head coach, New Orleans Saints.
No.
Lofty thoughts. probably gonna happen.
Tyron has been, I think he starts to feel like, hey, season's like right here creeping up. Because reports of him in practice right now have been
He wants to play tonight.
nuts. Like he's turned it on. Like he's like, okay, here's the switch. I was getting ready. Oh shit, season's about to be here. Let me
Flip it.
flip it more. Let me put it in high gear. And he is putting on a show, they say, in practice all week. They say Jameis has looked really, really, really good. Jameis is going to play tonight, which is awesome. I'm going to be watching the game. I was trying to decide if I wanted to go out to dinner and watch it or if I just wanted to go home
Or stay at Uncle Earl's.
and bring dinner to the house and drink and watch the game at the house.
Or a boys' dinner at Walk-Ons again.
The problem is it's a long week. It's a long week for your boy. And
What's
so-
that mean? The week's
don't
over.
know.
Like, what,
Yeah, I know. I'm
what
tired.
What does that even
It was
mean?
long. I had a lot of traveling. I was on the road for 8 hours yesterday.
That's yesterday. Today's a new day.
Yeah, then I almost
Be
got.
where your feet are.
Then I got my ass kicked in F45.
Well, that's over too.
Hey,
Today's
you're not even gonna be involved in this, okay? Your fiance's in town. You're going to dinner. You already have your own plans,
I
okay?
got plans, baby.
Stop stirring the pot
Happy
over there.
birthday! Happy birthday!
We'll figure it out. Listen,
Happy birthday.
I got 55 minutes.
What's that podcast again?
Happy birthday.
Hey, I love that tweet.
Sir.
Hey, I love that tweet that I sent y'all. What's the name of that song again?
Oh.
Lord, tell me.
That tweet. It was a picture in a group chat.
Yeah, that counts, dude. He's getting old.
There was it a tweet that I said?
No, you took a picture and sent it to us.
I know, but did I say it was a tweet?
Yeah.
Oh, the text, not a tweet.
That's it
Text.
all.
We'll tell y'all about it later.
Definitely shouldn't. That text definitely was a good thing. It was not a tweet.
Yeah, you probably should never do
I
that.
probably should tweet that.
You should
No.
never do that.
No. But to put a bow on it, 5 days left of the giveaway. Caesar Sportsbook, download the app, MMLSU 15.
Place your
Enter to
bet.
win. 4 tickets. Place your bet. Jack will be on the side. No, you won't be on the sidelines. Not taking pictures. We did it too late, right?
Yeah.
But
All the
you'll
home
be on
games,
their
though.
Be a glow up for you this year, boy. Be a glow up. Taking pictures on the stands. All of a sudden,
That
start
thing's gonna
seeing-
be
start
popping.
seeing Jack in the student section taking pictures. I'm like, hey, bro, that way. Focus on the game.
Hey,
On the
You're
game.
gonna be like a Major League Baseball.
that thing's gonna have a portable charger on it soon. That thing's gonna be popping.
Are you gonna be wearing knee pads?
Please don't.
There you go.
pad for the
Under the
Like
pants. Under
like
the
all the
pants.
other photographers, they be wearing knee pads so you can really get down on your knee.
You gotta
Changing
you gotta stand
lenses.
up all the time too, so we might need to get a little back strap on there too, back support, so you'd be good to go. You know,
Yeah.
keep you upright. You know, keep the
He's
If
thinking about all this,
if-
be like, actually,
no,
a
if
pretty
anything,
good
I'm
idea.
just sit down and do it while I'm sitting.
Good
You
luck.
should just
Yeah.
do it for. You should like post up with your legs crossed, do it with your phone. Be like, this is great. I'm going live right now.
I think you should get on your stomach and really get up underneath in the end zone and just try to stay there all game.
Try to stay alive. Don't
Yeah.
don't get stepped
Yeah,
on. That
right,
would be
right.
good.
Apparently, it's ruthless down there.
Oh yeah.
I mean, dude, it's competitive as
What do you
shit. I
mean?
bet.
Everybody
Everybody's
wants to be
looking for-
shot.
Look, if your shot gets posted to like whatever, like I guess now it's not paper, it's like digitally now. So like, if your picture is gonna be like the front cover of whatever the website is, and like it's ESPN or whatever, like
It's worth it.
it's a big deal for you. You know what I mean? Like,
Is it?
yeah. Have you seen these National Geographic photographers? Like, that's unbelievable what they do.
Yeah, but they're out
They
there
go
for
out there
months.
for months and they're camping out in Antarctica and they are trying to get a picture of a white tiger for 15 seconds. A guy comes out for 15 seconds, hadn't seen him.
What guy?
The white tiger.
White Tiger guy.
White
Siegfried
Tiger
Roy.
The Tiger King. You know what I mean? You take a picture of them and like, boom, they got their shot. But they had to be miserable for a month.
But that's different than I guess it's in the same vein as like you're taking a million pictures at a football game, but the one perfect
No doubt.
shot.
No doubt. It takes one shot.
I would be terrible at that.
I've gotten down. I love during the season.
You get down?
during the season.
Hey, yo.
During the season, I have a lot of downtime at the house, right? So after the game,
chill out.
after the game, I would watch.
What?
Pictures of yourself?
Yeah, taxi cab confessions.
No,
He's refreshing.
I'll watch.
Hey,
I'll watch
yo.
Netflix and I'll
Doing
watch
Instagram,
Planet
sun's
Earth.
still up.
Tag page.
I'll watch Planet Earth, and then I got into. They had the
You would watch
episodes
what?
on Planet Earth on Netflix about how they made Planet Earth and how the cameras and all the
Adam
stuff.
and Eve.
And like showed. What? That was a stretch. You worked hard for that one.
Gross.
They showed how these guys like put up these like makeshift cabins and stayed in these like in the rainforest. Like this one chick built a like thing and she slept in the trees of the rainforest for a day, a whole night, mosquitoes, hot as shit, just so she can get this one orangutan or monkey or whatever to come out. And she got the shot, and then that was it. I'm like,
What'd you have in that dinner? Like, these nights you watched this, you must have had some real good dinner. Like, the
Great
dinner
dinner.
must have been great.
yeah, I was so full that I was just so lazy. I just wanted to watch.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Just like unbutton the pants and just.
Yeah. I held my air mattress that I had in the living room, but even though I had a bed in my bedroom.
Oh man,
It didn't move from the air mattress.
So
too.
I had my wife and her mom came in town. So my mother-in-law came in town for a weekend. Allie, they drove together. They brought Kobe, and so it was a one-bedroom apartment. So I had an air mattress in the living room. Like that's where mother-in-law slept, and then Kobe. So she left. Allie stayed for the rest of the week, and Kobe was still there. And Kobe loved it, right? The blanket was on there, so that's where he would just lay during the day. And then when they left, I was lazy and I didn't want to deflate it. And I'm like, damn, I kind of love this right here. So like, I didn't have a TV in my room. I had the TV there, so I would just lay on the air mattress, watch TV after the game until I was about to doze off. Sometimes I'd fall asleep there, then I'd wake up and go back.
And the best part about it too is I go visit one time, so we happened to be playing there too, and he was playing there.
Oh,
And so-
you didn't tidy up.
No. I don't really remember that much about it, but it was so Mike and Chris brought their kids too because they came down to watch them play. Bro, kids are so funny, dude. Like literally, Camden and Hudson turned this thing into. You would have
trampoline.
sworn they were in a safari, bro. It
Yeah,
was a
dude.
playground.
Unbelievable.
It was
And
unbelievable.
My
bro.
apartment was tiny as shit. And having two kids running around was.
I mean, they're tackling each other, jumping over the back of sofas, everything.
Dude, you have a third bed. You have an air mattress.
I have a second bed.
You had a second bed. And
Yeah.
you have an air mattress. Like that's a kid's haven.
Loved it.
That said, my brother did the same thing for Mardi Gras. He left the air mattress on the ground that I was sleeping on while I stayed there. Left it there for a week. He's like, I just never moved. I just slept on the air mattress in the living room because cooked. Like totally done from the entire
Right, you're
8
over it.
days if you live in New Orleans.
Yeah, I don't want to deal with the deflating it and then like
I can't move.
yeah, and then Allie came back and I was like, okay, now I need to do it because then Allie's gonna make fun of me and I gotta like tidy up and clean up and do whatever.
I'm gonna pop
She brought
this.
out the better side of you.
Yeah, right. Of course, that's what
I don't wanna pop this
That's what
thing.
your wife should do: is bring out the better side of you, make you a better person. That's what she should do.
I thought it was the opposite.
Yeah, make you a worse person.
Yeah.
Maybe. Reverse back. We talked a little bit about college football. Another little storyline for LSU fans here. If you want to have a little bit more interest in some of the maybe quote-unquote irrelevant football games this weekend, Nebraska Northwestern. Trey Palmer is making his debut for Nebraska. Trey Palmer, obviously LSU guy, transfers to Nebraska. He's going to be playing, so maybe, I don't know if you really have much interest, but listen, we're grasping at straws here. We're trying to give you anything to watch football. I don't think that you need that much to watch it because it's football and it's here and it's just here. It's ready to go. And then what? So you have this week, and then next week that's when like the real season starts, like real season, week 1. And then that next Thursday, right? That's when the NFL starts, right? You have a Thursday night football is usually the first NFL game. Is that correct?
I'm not sure.
Can anybody confirm?
I can neither confirm nor deny.
Well, you know what?
LSU plays
We're an NFL show.
September 4th,
I know that. I mean, that's
Sunday. They're 2 weeks away from NFL football.
Week 1. Let's see. Week 1. Bills at Rams.
Friday.
Thursday, September 8th.
Mine
Boom.
says Friday. Oh, no, never mind. You're
See?
right.
Sports show. I know what I'm talking about.
That's what I was saying. We're on the same page. 2 weeks from now.
I mean,
But
not
yeah,
2 weeks from
13 days.
Yep. Not same page. What? Don't smack your lips at me.
Semantics.
Don't smack your lips at me. Mad Dog, not Mad Dog. What's his name? Mad Dog Russo is annoying.
Stealing money.
Annoying. And him and Stephen A. are on ESPN together. And they are
Stealing money.
screaming at each other the entire time, right? Mad Dog Russo may have the worst takes in the history
Of
takes. Like, he says some outlandish stuff, which is probably why they want him there, because Stephen
That's
A.
the formula, baby.
Right, I get it. I understand it. But he did it before he was even on there. Mad Dog comes out and says that Nick Saban is not... He wouldn't call Nick Saban the best college football coach ever, which I think is inaccurate. Right? I think that's not true. I think that's him trying to have clickbait, obviously get some conversation started, which is working here. I'm bringing it up because it's Friday and it's 5:15.
I thought what was more interesting that came from that conversation was Stephen A. said he'd run for president.
Who would run for president?
Stephen A. Smith.
Stephen A. Smith would want to run for president.
Yes.
Okay.
He said the situation was right. He said I had some skeletons in my closet, but I feel like in this day and age, doesn't necessarily people aren't concerned with your past.
So you're being serious about that?
Oh yeah.
Huh. He just started a new podcast.
I must have missed that segment.
He just started. He did just
I don't
start.
know how you could have.
Well, I don't listen. I don't watch
missed that.
ESPN.
He watches it all.
You watch
day.
ESPN all day?
I won't say watching. That's
It's on the TV.
It's background noise.
yeah, background noise.
I don't.
Watching it is a little.
I'll
far.
watch NFL. I'll watch NFL like NFL Network. Watch some of the early morning football shows like Good Morning Football. But
Speaking of, Kay Adams just got a new gig.
yeah, where's she at? Where's she going?
One of the gambling partnerships where she's hosting an
That's what they're
everyday.
doing. That's
where the
that's
money
taking
is.
it. That's where all the money's at.
Thank you, Caesars.
Thank you, Caesars.
But that's what she's doing an everyday, I guess an everyday show where she's hosting a gambling, essentially like 30-minute hour powwow.
Did she get
I'd
did the numbers come out on how much they're paying?
No,
her?
but I imagine she got the bag.
I love
for
Kay
her to walk
Adams.
away
I love
from-
Kay because she was very good
she
at her
fit
job.
in.
She fit in, and she was huge Saints promoter.
Huge Bengals supporter.
Bengals, but like Saint, like she loved the Saints. She supported the Saints. She always pushed the Saints. Like I love that because it's not a big. Obviously, New Orleans isn't a huge market, and I mean, if you go take a poll of all of the writers and all of like the front off or just people in football, right, that cover football, that go to the Super Bowls, they want the Super Bowl always to be in New Orleans. New Orleans is their favorite place to go cover a game because it's the most fun. And, you know, for the flaws that New Orleans has, and you know, I don't think we need to talk about all of that because I think that's very well documented. One thing they do right is they welcome a lot of the tourists that come in. Everybody that comes in enjoys their time there. They have a really good time. They love watching football. It's a very good atmosphere. So that's I respect when she comes in there and promotes them because it's a small market and like people don't really look at it that way. And it's nice to have someone on national spotlight, kind of spotlight New Orleans or the Saints.
Yeah, well, New Orleans is so easy to have like either whether it be like a Final Four, a national championship, a Super Bowl, like it's all right there. Everything's kind of built around the Superdome. If you kind of want to get into like the tourist part of New Orleans,
Right?
It's such a walkable city that's why it makes sense to everybody there. But yeah, I mean, shout out if you're gonna prop New Orleans up.
Oh, that too, because of fall sports at that time of year. Fall sports and like winter sports at that time of year, you at least get somewhat moderate weather too, so that helps a lot too.
Right. Right. And it's a lot of drinking, a lot of food, a lot of
There's a
partying.
lot of that
They
too,
do-
yeah.
they
Oh,
do
really?
enjoy that.
Yeah.
I've heard.
Yeah.
Allegedly. Had a lot of debacles in New Orleans.
Oh, empty wallet.
Not so
long
much
nights.
empty wallet. Just a lot of wake up like, wow.
Play me a song.
Why
You're
would
the
we do
piano
that?
man.
A lot of wake up and get me out of this city.
Why do we do that? Can we
It's
just-
time to go.
I need to
New
go
Orleans
home.
might be the Las Vegas one for me. Time to go. New Orleans is the easiest. I got to get the fuck out of here. Like, let's get in the car. I don't care what we're going.
Well, yeah,
We gotta
because it's too
go.
easy to get there.
So
Yeah, exactly. Like Las Vegas,
we were
you're
there.
stuck.
We were in New
You
Orleans.
you almost like plan to do it in Vegas because you're like, yeah, I'm not gonna be here for a while again.
We were in
New Orleans, you're like,
for a
let's
bachelor-
take this
You
a
take
normal
that
night.
bump.
And you're like, come on, dog, just get me home, man. Why
We
am I
were in
doing
New Orleans for a bachelor party on Halloween weekend. We're all there. all dressed up. We're in a specific bar that we had rented out the top part of.
Lucy's?
And nope.
City Bar?
You're not gonna get it. You may get it, but I won't admit it.
Did
So
I
we have the top rented out, and so like, you start drinking, you start having a good time. Night gets away from you, the time gets away from you.
They
You
have
don't
a
really
laser
know.
show on the top
So
floor?
I'm like, get lost in the sauce. Like we're all having a good time. There's a couple guys that I'm hanging out with, and I am
torched.
Yeah. Then I look up and I'm like,
He was dancing already.
if I'm dancing, I'm in a bad spot or a good spot. But I look around. There's me and the other two of my friends that I'm with. I look around and I'm like, where did I go? And I'm like, I looked at my phone. I'm like, I gotta go.
What time?
And they were. It was like 4 o'clock, and they were staying.
PM.
They were staying. Yeah, they were staying downtown, and I was like, I gotta go. So I get down, and you get to that time, you're like,
Anything can
boy,
happen.
these are the grinders right now.
Yeah.
So I'm like looking around.
These don't exclude yourself.
I'm like looking. Hey, listen. I'm in a costume. I take off in a dead sprint to Porter Street.
So what do you think people said when they saw that? Boy, that's a grinder.
I just take off running to Porter Street. I had called an Uber. I'm like, all right, I just need to get out there. Like, I just need to.
I'm sprinting in a
I'm
Halloween
sprinting.
costume.
But I'm not them.
I'm sprinting to the street so that I could get
Straight
out
to
there.
jail.
Didn't even take an Uber. Got a straight up yellow cab. I don't remember what I was dressed in actually.
It had to be a spandex.
I was in spandex.
Power Ranger?
You want to know what I was? I can tell you what I was. I remember this.
What were you?
That specific time?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was in a bodysuit from 12 o'clock to.
Yeah. Had a
Yeah,
couple,
I don't know if it was 4.
Had a couple little pee-pee holes so you could use the bathroom, so you have to take the whole suit
No, I
off.
just took it all off. I went down to ankles. Stop.
But anyway, all this to say, New Orleans is a fun town. Kay Adams, I'm
did
excited
you-
for
did
Kay
I-
Adams
Stop.
to get that.
K. Adams. Back to K. Adams.
Kay Adams is great. Kay Adams is great. Kay Adams was a good promoter for LSU. She loved Joe Burrow. She promoted the Bengals. Those are her 2 teams. Loved
Wait,
that.
so you went to pee and you were like,
He's not gonna let that go.
I mean, back to
Not
K.
gonna let
Adams.
that go.
We tried to go back. Lloyd just went right back
Not
to
gonna let
it. He
that go.
just literally he heard K. Adams and he didn't hear any of it. He just went. He was like, "Well, I got to ask the question. I need to know."
so did you go stall or urinal?
We really appreciate K. Adams. She's done a good job.
She was great on NFL, Good Morning.
Uh-huh.
Good Morning Football.
Yeah. I
That was
agree.
the thing they did, stall or urinal.
Oh, is that what they did?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I've never seen that one.
Guess what she
Yeah,
picked?
they must have
I'm
cut that
assuming
segment
she
real
picked
quick.
the
Urinal.
Yeah, I'm sure. Okay, you're the one you pose all the questions, right? You're the ones who get us to have no. You usually pose a question that starts a conversation, good conversation. Usually a heated debate. Usually we make fun of you. Let's do that. I'm interested.
You want to ask Mikey and Mitch in the chat?
We haven't. We had that. Do we have
No,
people in the chat that are gonna do that?
I'm extremely nervous about this computer right now, so I can't even get on the internet, but we're streaming.
What?
Like, I can't get to the internet part, but as long as the stream is still connected, we're good. That's why
Yeah,
I
don't
checked my
touch the
phone
computer.
earlier.
You
So
want
I
me to-
can't.
you want
He
me
can
to
do
If
it.
you, yeah.
You do.
I don't know what happened, but it has been.
Look at that. Is that an
Bugging.
iPad?
It's
No,
a
that's a
laptop
double
that can also
laptop.
function.
It's an eye jack.
It's,
I
jack.
Like, if I fold it like this, it's a laptop. It goes in laptop mode, but as soon as it goes back this way,
Okay.
it's a tablet mode.
Okay.
Wait, do that again?
It looked like it came out of a Tesla or something like that. Belongs in a Tesla.
Yeah, like I said, the screen. The screen.
Did
of the
y'all
Tesla.
see the driverless 18-wheeler?
What?
It was
What?
going down the highway. No driver, just a bunch of cameras around it, and it's just doing the Tesla mode. Nobody in there.
Did it stay in the right lane or?
It was fucking chugging, but it was doing its job.
Wow.
I
That's
mean-
what the TV show was gonna happen. You saw California.
The meth network is going to go down so much.
The meth network.
Yeah, with the people. I mean, that's what.
I know, but you don't need a truck driver's on meth. You don't need a truck driver to do it.
That's what I'm saying. So now there's no more buyers for methamphetamines because they don't need it because they're not driving trucks for that long anymore.
Oh, you're talking. No, everybody's. I mean, that's not going away. Just
to take
truck
a
drivers
hit.
aren't the only people that do that.
I know, but it's a significant part of the market. I would
Is it?
imagine. Yeah,
You know
I
the
think
marketplace. You know the market. You know the
I've
market share.
I've slung some drugs in my day.
I understand, but you know the whole market share.
Yeah, I mean, have you never been to a truck stop?
Of course.
They tap their foot twice.
Oh, is that the sign?
Yeah, that's a sign.
Really?
That means that they want to have sex with you.
They want to what?
Have sex with you. You ever
Is that
seen
real?
that before?
Is that a real thing?
Yeah, if a guy goes underneath the stall and taps his foot, it means he's gay and wants to love is love. But that is what like the.
This is how I know Lloyd's like.
Wait,
time out.
whoa,
No.
whoa.
This is how I know Lloyd is like very, very, very like nervous for the start of football season because he is all over the place right now.
What?
You've never.
How do you? I've never seen that. I've never heard that.
Well, I've never seen it myself, but I've heard it.
All right, I'm gonna have to fact check you.
You
fact
can?
check you on the internet because everything on the internet is true.
Dangerous sentence.
Once again, Lloyd's search board popping.
Not on this laptop, but this phone.
Okay.
How do I get someone's
Okay, so
attention?
pose the question. Oh no, what I was
There's
saying. So
firewalls on this
California,
laptop.
California in 2035 wants to have all like no gas, like all electric cars by 2035. Like all. I forgot how they
Electric?
exactly said it, but
No gasoline emissions.
yeah, but they said it somewhere. But by 2035, like that's.
Oh, we get the hybrid. You get
I
the.
guess I don't know. That's
You
what they
get
said.
indica and sativa.
Okay, go. Ask me a good football question. Pose the question. Do your use your
someone-
journalism degree.
Lloyd,
I don't
someone,
have one.
Didn't
Lloyd,
that's what you went to school for?
Lloyd.
Sports management.
Oh.
That's the second person I fooled. When I got a job at Northwestern State, they thought I had a journalism degree. After like 3 months, they're like, "Do you not?"
Did you put that on your resume?
No.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
No, I really didn't. They
Minor in journalism?
No.
Maybe.
I did sports management. Sports management.
Sports management.
Lloyd,
shit, a
someone-
major and a minor in sports management?
Yeah.
Oh, you
They had
really
a they
doubled
had
down
like
on
a
that.
coaching version and like a professional
I'm really
version.
good at sports management.
You doubled down.
Terrible at it. I really did. Yeah, I mean, I just gave up. Yeah. I would have gone to Mass Comm, but I couldn't learn Spanish because my baseball teacher taught Spanish. Here's your answers. Good enough. You get some perks. Y'all should know about that.
Spanish?
Just in general.
You didn't get perks. I had to work hard for my grades.
What do you think this is?
Yeah, they didn't just give me grades. I had to go to
You get what
study
you
hall.
You
had
get what you
tutors.
earn, bro. What are you talking
I
about?
to
earned
study.
it on the field. It is NIL.
The one time in class that I tried to get a,
You couldn't cheat at all.
I did, and she caught me, and
Yeah.
she didn't. But no,
Nervous.
I don't know if the teacher caught me, but I think he did because the person I cheated off of had the same test as me. We had the same answers minus.
A couple.
I think statute of limitations are expired, right?
Yeah. What are they gonna do now? Take
And
your
so-
take your 8 away?
Well, it didn't matter because she got an A, I got a D.
Oh, he punished you retroactively.
I guarantee, and then my whole thing is like, okay, well, he must have seen me. Kudos to him for not.
All
But
square.
you just said, okay, I'm not gonna give you the grade. You're gonna get it. You give me an F. You
I
give me a
mean,
D.
They didn't turn you
That's
in.
much better than getting turned in. 100%.
No doubt.
Was this at STM?
No, I got turned in an STM.
Multiple time cheater? See, you didn't cheat enough.
Kid didn't do any fucking work.
It was a vocabulary quiz in St. Thomas
Was it
More.
on-
And we had the lanyards, and I had this system, and she wasn't. I've told the story before, I think. No,
It's words.
but I would forget, and then I had this system, and it was foolproof. I'm like, oh, this is awesome. Well, teacher wasn't at the door, so I didn't get to put the index card in my lanyard, so I put it under my test. AC was out. I'm going through the whole thing. I'm trying to like peek under. I move my hand to move the page. It's sticky. The page sticks to my hand, pulls it up. She sees
Why is it
underneath.
sticky?
Because it's hot. The AC was not working.
Oh.
So she sees it.
Went to science book then.
Was very disappointed. Day of the spring game of my going into my senior year, I got suspended. 4 colleges were coming to watch me play. I get in-school suspension. Our disciplinary guy loved me, but like obviously had to
He's had a
make an
job to do.
example. And I'm telling him, explaining the whole thing. I finally
Wait,
get.
what did you explain? I was
Nothing.
gonna cheat, but
No,
I wasn't gonna do it.
I told him exactly
this
the whole
way.
thing.
It's
like,
sloppily.
I told him the whole thing. I was like, I understand. Like, I deserve. I was like, can I get suspended tomorrow? Like, you know, like,
I'll come in on a
yeah,
Saturday.
can you? And so
I know what I did.
6 hour, I had to go back. I got in school suspension finished. Can't go to extracurricular activities. I said, hey, listen, can I just go and explain and tell the coaches face to face why I'm not there? I had to go do it. So all these coaches, I had Nebraska, I had Tulane, all these coaches. Tell them why I wasn't playing, whatever, and then went through.
Where does that rank on tough conversations for you?
That was pretty tough, especially at that point in my life, because like I didn't have my whole junior year of football because I broke my arm. So that was like I was ready to go.
That's tough, right
Is
there.
the Jambo?
No, that was just a spring game.
Oh,
But like,
I mean, you'll play again. I would want a little bit of cheater in me if I was a college scout. Like, all right.
I mean, it wasn't like it wasn't like a big exam. It was just a quiz and like.
Yeah, you're worried about
learned
football.
my-
You're not worried about
Sort of learned my lesson.
vocabulary.
I learned my lesson up until I cheated.
Had to do it again.
It was a 2-time offender.
Yeah, third time's a felony.
Yeah. Well, problem is you get to the longer your major goes, the deeper in, the smaller the classes get, the harder it is.
See, I was always in small classes because of my major. So it was
sports management.
I was born in the darkness.
Yeah, your journalism major.
Yeah, so it was all. It was.
So
all,
you had to figure it out in the small classes.
I figured it out when I was like in third grade, coach. Like, I didn't have to, but if I needed to, I'm gonna get it done.
I used to hate it in college, man. I couldn't. It was not a thing for me.
What, cheating?
Yeah.
I
used to hate. I feel like every class I was in, like
I obviously
I'd
wasn't
be taking
good
the
at it.
test and I'd like look up to thinking there'd be like 6 eyes on me. I'm like,
Yeah,
God, dog.
right.
Yeah, no, I'm just trying to think.
Yeah.
Oh, you go with the.
Yeah, so I'm like, all right, bro, I'm just gonna take this out of the day. I
Yeah.
don't really know what else you want me to say.
I get when that would happen, I would just stare at the teacher, just look right at the teacher, just.
I would go.
All right. But I was the same way. I was a bad cheater.
Can you help me?
See?
25. Question 25. What is it?
I don't know. You know?
You can't tell
This
me?
way. This way.
See it?
Like,
And then you find the professors that were like nice.
they would. Well, they would.
And
get
you would
with
walk
the-
up to them and you say, "Hey, can you help me?" And they would like kind of like show you what it is. Yeah.
Look at Mikey just dominating these people.
That doesn't count.
But I was a bad cheater, obviously. So I would not do it. And then like the couple times that I tried, obviously didn't work out.
Oh, the move.
Yeah,
is,
I would have never guessed when you got the freaking paper stuck to your forearm.
I was like, "Are we kidding me right now? Like, how does this happen?
biggest day of my life.
Like, fuck. It was bad."
Look at where it got you though.
Yeah. I learned. You learn from your mistakes.
You ain't cheating, you ain't trying. That's what they say, huh?
Y'all have any interest in this James Craig story?
Who?
Let's get
So-
like 500,000 or something.
So James Craig's offensive line coach. Was it last year or the year before?
Last year.
The guy
Last
got
year.
fired before Brad Davis got
Yeah, he got fired. They blamed the recruiting violations as the reason for termination. Apparently that was a hoax. There was no recruiting violations. He wasn't very good at his job, and they wanted him out.
He gave gear to Tristan Lee. It was
Yeah.
like a 5-star that
Right.
was supposed to come to LSU.
And he's not very good, right?
He's at Clemson, I believe, but it was like LSU was the lead pony in this thing, and then it turned tail, and he wasn't, and that was James Craig. Literally, what he was going to hang his hat on in terms of I can recruit for LSU. Turns out it was an abomination. He really can't. He was a
So
terrible.
he thought giving his kid extra gear was gonna sway
right, which
him.
they already have. I would imagine, right? Like you get gear pretty.
I don't think that's gonna work. Yeah, I don't think
What?
that's.
Get gear win? Like
high
as
school?
a recruit?
Yeah,
No, you can't really. I mean, I don't know about now, but like,
you can't have a T-shirt.
But I'm assuming gear is not gonna
I
be.
mean,
the
a T-shirt
determining
and
factor.
giving gear, I would imagine that's not the same thing.
Anyway, so he gets fired for.
Oh, there's money in that bag.
I would not. No, I'm just saying. Like, I would imagine he didn't get fired for a T-shirt.
Yeah, he gets terminated because of the recruiting violations, right?
Right.
Well, a judge finds, he sues, he tries to get his money. Judge finds that was not the case, and he was wrongfully terminated. So LSU has to pay him $500,000. So it's the ghost of O coming back.
Well,
Oh no, it's not really O.
No, it is. James Craig and Coach O are best friends.
Yeah.
And that's how he kind of got onto the staff. This is all coming from Jordy, so I'm not speaking out of turn here. This comes from a very familiar source apparently inside the program, that whenever he had to let go of James Craig for these alleged violations, they cried together in the same room while he fired him. And then,
Was it just them two in the room?
yeah,
So how we know they
because
cried?
the door
Do you
was
think
open. The door
do
was
you think
open.
that they had the
cracked, or was it like
Cracked.
wow?
Do you think they embraced and then hugged, like two big men hugging and like sobbing?
It was
on
Over
right
the
at-
desk, probably.
It was
Or
right
was
after
it-
O's run,
like
where
this.
he
Or
was
was
still
it
greasy.
like, hey, he's on this side, you're on this side, they have hands in the head, or How do you think the crying happened?
I don't think Coach O's a big sit-down guy. I would imagine.
See, I think he is. To me, it feels like Coach O's like I'm gonna sit in the chair. I'm gonna really get comfortable in the chair.
Then fire you.
Act like you're in my living room, kind of thing. That's kind of
Seem
my
a big feet up.
See,
guy.
I see.
Yeah.
I
see that too.
But he definitely is that.
shirt off, obviously.
Yeah.
Right after the run.
Right after the run.
No,
You don't want to sit in that recliner.
I'm gonna have to let you go.
That chair is very greasy.
Greasy.
Right, sticks to his elbows.
Yeah. Ray
To
Baker.
his back,
getting
he
him.
stood up and the chair was still on his back.
Talk to his daddy.
That's tough. But that's really.
Well, no, but doesn't it seem like the reason that this firing was made was the ability to bring in Brad Davis? Like, in my mind, they did a lot of things behind the scenes in order to get to this point, and then Coach O had delivered the bad news. And little does O know this was the beginning of the end for him to bring in a competent offensive line coach. And you've seen what he's been able to do in recruiting. If he's able to bring in, as Lance heard, I guess you can give credit to James Craig for Will Campbell, but you absolutely have to give Emory Jones to Brad Davis, because you saw him close the deal immediately as soon as he's on campus. And
I might just be able to give the LSU name credit for
I think Will Campbell was.
he was coming regardless.
Exactly.
And so that's what I'm saying. You brought in somebody, and you can see what's happening now at LSU on the offensive line, how they're able to close offensive linemen, a place that I would say has been a weakness. I mean, you can
Yeah, it's tough.
you can tote the whatever the offensive line award is with the piano and all of that. I don't know what it's called, the Joe Moore Award, maybe.
The Bronco Nagurski.
I think it's a Joe Moore, something like that.
Something
More.
like that, yeah.
Like the best offensive line.
Yeah,
19,
and
they
they
had
got it in
that.
2019, but that was clearly, you see every highlight of Joe Burrow where he's managing the pocket as opposed to using it.
Well, Joe just got rid of the ball so quick. He knew where he needed
but
to
in
go
the
with
way
it,
he
and
was
they
able
didn't
to
have time to get
extend,
to him.
or in the way
And it could extend, right? Like when they did get to him, he got out, but he was able to get rid of the ball. And then once you do that, and once you're able to get rid of it and keep the defense on their toes, because you have your receivers are catching these balls and they're making all these moves and they're having all these yards after catch. Well, the defense isn't going to put pressure on you anymore because they can't get to you. So now they have to figure out how to defend the guys on the back end without having to bring pressure and that. But every time he brought pressure, Joe ate you up. Like he had the best passer rating under pressure in college football.
Because there's nothing better than a quarterback that knows how to diagnose exactly what he's looking at. It's like, if you're coming from over, even if you bluff, I'll check right off of it. But if you're coming from over there, if you're trying to bring pressure on this side, I know exactly where I'm going with the football. And LSU probably, I mean, that's a once-in-a-generation type thing, it feels like.
Duh.
If you can diagnose that in terms of offense for the LSU this year, I feel like a big cog in what the offense is going to do is being able to run the ball, because they want to.
Yeah.
They want to be able to establish the run, which is fine, but how do you get out of it if you can't?
Right. I mean, I mean, you want to hope that you have a quarterback that can do that.
Well, that's where you get into the situation with Nussmeier, who's kind of from the same mold of a Burrow, son of a coach who coached for 40-plus years, I would imagine, and Doug Nussmeier? Doug. And he's been the
Doug.
Doug Funny?
Doug Funny, that's a good reference.
Yeah. Patty Mayonnaise? Skeeter
Saturday,
so hard,
Saturday morning cartoons, baby.
Yeah, let's go. Recess? We're all in the same era. We're all in the same boat. But if you're cut from that cloth, because Nussmeier gets the term gunslinger thrown around a lot, it feels like, whenever, just because of the Arkansas game, wherever he was out there, like, I'm basically playing on my own.
Yeah.
Right, and just because he can change his arm angles doesn't necessarily mean he's a gunslinger.
Fuck it, they're down there somewhere.
Yeah. Jack Besh was down there.
Yeah.
But it feels like if you've been brought up by a quarterback's coach and you're the son of a quarterback, you know when to take shots and when not to. So I feel like there's probably some of that in the appeal of Nussmeier, and that's why I think they're going to play both. But if you're trying to mitigate your weaknesses on the offensive line, that's where Jane Daniels comes into play.
I agree. I mean, like I said, I think the offensive line is the last position group on the team or like that needs the most chemistry. Like that needs the most time together to kind of work.
Cohesiveness.
Yeah, to get that right, and so I
Big
think
glue
like
guy.
if you don't have that going into the season, that's going to be the last one to come. Hopefully, it comes sooner rather than later. But I think the next what?
Oh, I was just gonna say, did you see what Coach Brian Kelly said about your guy Mason Taylor?
No, what did he say? I
He
didn't see that
said
part.
he is going to be as effective as any tight end that LSU's had here, and he said since the Georgia,
he's had.
yeah, that he's no, he said.
He said he's one of the best that he's had, like personally.
Right, and then he compared him to.
He's had some good ones at Notre Dame.
Yeah, and then he compared him
to
to
Bowers.
from Georgia as in terms of what he can do as a freshman this year. So your eye,
Tried to tell you.
he didn't try. I listened.
Just watch it. I hope he stays healthy. Seriously. Because if he can do that, I think him being effective in this offense
15 and
is going to help you run the ball. Is going to help you stretch the field.
One of the
Is
parts.
going to help
win 15
the Jack
games.
Beshes. Is going to help the Malik Neighbors. Is going, you know what I mean? Like it's just going to open a lot of things up.
Speaking of Malik, that's what I was going to get to. He is the slot guy, right? Like he is. He's not He's not playing on the outside. He's playing in a slot. I think that's a very dangerous position to have him at because of how explosive and how dynamic he is. I think he is an outside guy, or he can play on the outside. I think this is going to help him.
Well, first off, it tells me a lot about his ability to kind of learn the offense too.
Right.
Right.
It's going to help him in the draft.
Yeah.
Because now
Be able to
they
move
know-
inside. He can probably still play some outside.
Yeah.
So he knows more than one spot. They can move him around. He can side adjust. He can pick up, learn blitzes and stuff like that. Tells me a lot about his aptitude to learn the game a little
Yeah.
bit.
Did you see? I haven't looked at the entire depth chart. They have. Kayshawn's on one. Is the other outside guy Brian Thomas?
Jure Jenkins.
Is Jure
well,
Jenkins
I
a
mean,
starter?
it mixes, but most of the time it's Jure
And then-
or Brian Thomas.
Well, on the depth chart. What does it say on the depth chart?
They released a depth chart?
Yeah, I thought they released a depth chart. I saw
They
that.
do that on game week.
yeah, no, that was projected.
Projected depth chart. Okay, well,
In the scrimmage, it was either Thomas or Jenkins.
yeah,
on the
I would
other
have.
side.
I guess Dre would probably get the first go since he's the veteran, but
He was so good in the slot role, though. That's what I found confusing. But we talked a little bit about this.
yeah, but who would you rather in the slot, Dre or Malik?
I think Malik can win one-on-ones outside, but
No, I agree, but Brian Thomas can't play the slot. And I think if they want to get, I say can't, like
You're not
his
gonna
body
put a
type
6'6"
is an
guy in the
outside guy.
slot.
He's
Yeah.
6'4", lanky, like. Isn't Brian Thomas 6'4"?
He's
oh
like
no, he's
6'5",
massive. I'm not saying put him
Yeah.
in the slot. I'm just saying, I feel like Jure Jenkins is made kind of for the slot position. But if he wants to go outside, that's fine. Like you give a
Is
guy.
Jure
that's-
big?
I don't think like that's what I'm saying. He's played
He's
the
6
slot
feet?
most of his career. Like at LSU, that's kind of where he's been. He was outside.
Well,
against A&M, but
you can put him in the slot. Like I think that like
yeah, it's not. You're not.
as
setting-
far as talent goes,
But say Malik
probably
may be
the
a little
fourth-
more explosive, a little more quick.
Yeah.
It's gonna fit, you know
Right.
what I mean? So
I think
But-
Malik is starting to fit that Jarvis mold of. I don't know if you can really guard him for 4 quarters. Like you could put him in the slot. You could put him.
Malik's gonna be the
wherever.
next first round receiver at LSU
Well,
after Kayshawn.
yeah.
My point. 'cause
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
not drafted
yeah. It's
eligible
gonna
this
be
year.
Malik. Yeah.
Yeah. But I think that's with Mason and Taylor, and then you have obviously Jack's gonna have some slot, and he's gonna have some of those 2 tight end hybrid sets.
Still got Chris Hilton sitting there.
We just have a really talented receiver. Now, listen, the receivers go down. It's a position group where you need a lot of them because you can play the most receivers on the field.
at one time.
Yeah, more than any other position, right? You can have 4. You can have 5 wide if you wanted to. You can't have 5 running backs. I mean, I guess you could, but they have to play receiver though.
Yeah, he's good.
Hilton's gonna be hey, you're gonna run a screen or you're gonna run a go route.
Yeah.
That's it. Or deep skinny because you ain't. I don't know if he's got the route
Because
tree.
he's deep skinny.
Yeah, I don't know if he's got the route tree. But if he does, if he can figure that out and figure out how to get in and out of cuts, being a track star, that's scary.
Well, that's what takes me to kind of what we were talking about offensively is they don't take a lot of shots downfield, and they have all these guys that can go downfield.
Well,
So which leads to probably Malik being in the slot,
Why don't they take a lot of shots?
offensive line.
Yes,
Well,
I love
I mean,
this.
but
Wait,
I'll
keep
bring
going.
up-
Oh,
I'll
you're
bring
not.
up a
I thought
point.
you were gonna keep going.
I'll bring up a point. You're basing this off of like these scrimmages that we see, and like he
That's what
said,
you're
like
getting?
you don't see a whole, you're not gonna see the whole playbook in every single scrimmage.
Oh, no,
and
I
also
agree.
while you're still trying to figure out your offensive line, that doesn't mean come Florida State night they have figured out their 5 and they take those shots and they're like,
They
oh,
got
this
shot
works.
plays in there.
Yeah.
You're gonna see
They're
shots.
just not seeing them.
I know-
I mean, we saw one. We saw Nuss throw it down the field to Kyron Lacey, who we haven't mentioned yet. Which
Yeah, we
he's
haven't
gonna get
mentioned
some-
mentioned
Strong
Kyron.
hands.
Yeah, he.
So
he catches
he's
it with
gonna
his
be.
hands.
That's just why I think That's why I think Brian Kelly's gonna make the adjustment on his schemes, and like he's gonna tweak it to where he has to use his strength. Which, yeah, Mason Taylor is gonna be good. He likes him. He loves him. He's gonna throw it to
play.
him. He's gonna play a lot. He's gonna get a lot of targets. But your strength on the offense is your receiving core, right? Like it's how deep it is and how good it is. Like that is going to be. Like I think he's gonna tweak his scheme and how he goes about play calling because of that.
Well, especially with John Emery out the first 2 games.
Yeah.
I think I'm not worried about the running
But
backs.
Well,
I
I'm
do
not either,
think
but I'm just
I
saying.
do think everyone knows though, if you got a tight end who can block and catch it, having him on the field helps a lot. Which if he's on the field, then like we can only have a certain amount of receivers on the field. So I do think that's a
Especially when he wants to go two
That's
tight
right,
end
exactly.
set. He likes to go 21
Exactly.
personnel.
I think you're going to see a lot of 3, 2
I think we
receiver,
should
3
run
receiver
goal line
sets.
sets all season. Just goal
26
line.
Nebraska.
Well, you've done that with Les Miles. Did you not see Jarrett Lee's tweet?
I have seen it. I know. I was joking.
I know, but I thought it was funny that Jarrett Lee felt like, fine, now's the time. Like,
Here,
my strange,
let me tweet a joke.
my strange addiction is like, actually, I want to let y'all know that I'm not addicted to running toss dive. It wasn't me. It was the coach. Like, we were running the fullback dive in 2011.
Yeah.
And it was just subtle shade because Les is gone. Like, he can't, like, you talk about statute of limitations. Good Lord.
26 Nebraska.
26 Nebraska.
But
Did it work?
Yeah, man.
this is why. Look,
How
the
much
last
did y'all love hearing that? How much you love hearing that in the huddle?
what?
Maybe.
The toss dive.
26 Nebraska.
Every now and then. Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna get it tattooed on me.
You don't have any tattoos.
I know, but I want to get a
That's
bunch.
That's very surprising to me. You don't have one tattoo, like one stupid tattoo that you did when you were drunk.
Mama raised me right.
He's scared of needles.
Debatable.
That's not true.
I don't think it's anything to do with your mom raising you. What'd you say? Scared of needles?
I'm gonna get a bunch here in a second.
Here in a second.
Yeah.
Okay.
Second.
Okay.
Eh.
Okay.
Well, let's go to our segments. We got 15 minutes to get to our segments.
Oh, you can't get the internet.
No, I have them. Oh, you just can't post them.
Right, I can't read them.
I'll read them. We don't have a. Oh, we do. No, we don't. Oh, we do. You just put this at the bottom. You confuse me.
That's right.
We don't have a Not My Fault.
That's what I'm saying. I couldn't do it.
That's okay. That's okay. Listen, Not My Fault is brought to you by Dozy Place. We have T-minus 2 weeks until we cater the first Monday Night Football game. Cannot wait. Don't have a Not My Fault. We've been doing pretty good with the segments.
My computer, it makes me
I know.
nervous.
Listen, I
Sorry.
appreciate that.
Not my fault. Not my fault.
I appreciate. Okay.
I mean, we can make one like it wouldn't even not my fault. It's kind of like, do you agree or not? The Tyreek Hill thing. I don't know if y'all saw it.
Well, that's
We could borrow one.
yeah. So that's the one of the curtain calls, right?
We
So
could
curtain
kinda
calls
turn
brought
it
to you
into
by
a-
Lance Beal, attorney at law. Did you put that in, or you put that in?
I put that in there.
Okay. So it'll be a hybrid. Your curtain call is Tyreek Hill.
Yeah. Well, I put 2 of them in there, but I'll say Tyreek. So basically, he went on Jake Paul's new podcast, and somebody asked him if he would handcuff himself to Jackson Mahomes, Patrick Mahomes' brother, for 24 hours in order to win another
Fucking
Super
kill
Bowl
me.
this year. And he said, I'm gonna be honest, that Super Bowl can fucking wait.
It's so true. It's not a shot.
And look, that's not. I'm sure that's the popular opinion. Like, there's nobody.
So
Patrick-
now you hear with the
Patrick Mahomes wouldn't be handcuffed to
That's
his brother.
exactly what I was going to say. He would be
Yeah.
handcuffed. I mean, he's handcuffed to his wife, I guess, but I'm sure he gets away quite a bit. He's not happy in that family. I feel terrible for Patrick.
Boy, they are just using.
They're a
his
little
fame.
extra, huh? Yeah.
Using
Just a
his
little.
fame.
Pouring champagne on the fans.
They do a little
Before
much.
we get into the
Little
other
much.
ones.
Oh, I do have a not my fault.
Okay, perfect.
Jake Fraley.
Yeah, I saw that.
Did you see that?
I did.
It is out of character. I don't know what was said.
Set the scene, if you may.
So, Who are they playing?
The
Philly.
Philly. Yeah.
Well,
Which
cool.
is expected.
Okay, so you're playing in Philly. Philly's fans are rabid. They are very
Passionate. We'll go
very
passionate.
passionate. Very passionate. They are. If you can't look past some of the things that are said, it is a difficult place to be. And Fraley is playing the outfield. He's having a good month of August. I don't know what his numbers are for the year, but he's having a good month of August. And the video is, of course, they're not going to get exactly what was said from the fans, but the video is Fraley like up by the first row of the outfield,
walking this guy,
and he is like wearing this guy out. And you know, if you know Fraley, he's very reserved, mild-mannered, like doesn't say much of anything. Goes off on this guy, and of course it's videoed because everything's videoed now. So what are you doing?
he just his back looked huge.
Jake? No, he's put together.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what happened. He went after him. Listen, happens a lot. You see it a lot more now. Now with everybody videoing everything, like people setting people up to get videoed, to have like an outburst. You have to expect it. And look, I'm not saying that I've never chirped back to anybody in the stands, because I have, but you have to expect some of this stuff when you go to these visiting. Now, I don't know what was said. Something could have been said that
He said it was something about his kid.
Right. Like, I'm sure for that to happen, it had to be family driven.
Is that the line?
For some people it is. Like, look, I've gotten some things said about my family, and you just have to say, okay, is this piece of shit worth me even acknowledging him? Like, no, listen, I'll acknowledge you. If you say something funny and you say something that entertains me, I will hat tip you. I will laugh at you. I will give you all the credit, because that's entertaining for me, and sometimes it gets boring in the outfield. But look, there's some things that are said that, like, I want to rip this guy's throat out, but you have to kind of keep your cool, and you don't want to look like an ass. So,
because at the end of the day, it's going to be your fault.
Exactly. This guy has this guy in the fans doesn't matter. Like,
he's gonna go take the
Exactly.
subway home, shit his pants,
exactly,
and go be like,
so
oh,
not my
Philly
fault.
night.
Not my fault. His fault. I think that you probably could say probably should hold off. Maybe try now. Except I don't know the whole story. I don't know what was said, and maybe there's something that was just unforgivable that made him snap. But it's tough situation.
Be a great judge.
It's an unfair situation for a player, because we're expected not to respond when somebody says stuff that is very insulting or very uncalled for or very just stupid, and we're acted like we're supposed to just look the other way. When in reality, if this guy told me this in my face in person, he'd get knocked the fuck out. You know what I mean? Like, but this is not
that setting.
Just can't do it. It's not the setting, and it sucks. What you got?
I lean towards not my fault, because, yeah, I mean, like, the stuff you hear while on the field, that, it gets pretty out of hand. So I'll go not my fault because of that. But I do believe there's a sense of in one and out the other when it comes to the nonsense you hear while you're on the field. They're going to say whatever they want, sadly. I think it's up to you to stick to the task at hand. And the task at hand has nothing to do with them. So I'll go not my fault. But he's got to be better.
With an asterisk.
Yeah, Barry Bonds.
Yeah. Do you have?
I think he would agree with that too.
Oh,
it's much like any outburst you've ever had. If I sat there and asked you right after, like, do you take that back, or are you good with what you did? You'd probably be like,
It'd be on Monday.
yeah, I should have probably did a little better.
Yeah.
Do you have a curtain call?
No, I don't. But I do want to say, I just saw that Jameis Winston's likely to play tonight across the ticker again, and I would say my curtain call might be a little Saint Skrilla little money down just to see how Jameis and the offense operates. I know no Michael Thomas.
think
I don't
Jameis
expect
gives-
him to play ever.
You think Jameis gives a speech today for the
I
game?
hope.
Couple dubs.
I think
How
that
many
may
of
be
them
my
dubs
curtain
he gonna
call.
eat today?
That may be
10
my
piece.
curtain call. I'm giving a
Bone
future
in.
curtain call to whatever his speech is because I think he's gonna give it. He's gonna be so hyped to play. I hope first play of the game is a play action 60-yard bomb to Olave down the middle of the field
I'm gonna give a curtain call to tomorrow's slate.
tomorrow.
College
college
football,
football's
baby.
College football.
Oh yeah,
Foot-
okay.
Real
I see what you
football's
did.
back. So
If there's-
now
Where's college game day at?
It goes on a real schedule now. Yeah, they take the week off.
Duquesne.
Duquesne?
But yeah, that's what I'm gonna give it to.
Okay.
Because
If you had to bet
Nebraska
on
never
one
played in
game
Ireland.
for tomorrow in the college football slate,
If I had to go to one game,
I don't know.
bet
I don't
on
know
one.
all the lines. Honestly, I like Hawaii plus 9.5. To be honest with you, I mean Vanderbilt may be better than them, obviously, but I think that Vanderbilt's going to Hawaii and playing. I mean, it's Hawaii. Like you have to imagine that they're gonna have a little bit of jet
It's a lot
lag. I
of
don't know
travel.
when they got there.
So that's
you
a
know what I
lot
mean?
of travel.
It's a lot of travel. Now I could be completely wrong. They could win by 30 points, but spreads plus 9.5 for Hawaii. That's what I like. All right.
oh, they got me on week 1. I'm trying to go to week 0.
Are you trying to get to the lines?
Yeah, they won't let me. All right. Anyway, I guess that is a lot of points for.
You know what I mean? Like the first game of the
Vanderbilt's
season.
not good.
Right.
I have no idea about Hawaii.
9.5.
I mean, I'll take.
I mean, I have no idea. I'm just going based off like the geography of where they're at and like how far they had to travel.
I mean,
First game of the season. Like
it's second-year head coach, I believe, right, for Vanderbilt. I think he took over the job. I could be totally wrong, but I feel like he took over the job. Maybe he kind of interim owed himself into this position, or not. Either way, I know he's a fullback, bald head, like all about the position, whatever. So
are they gonna play with a fullback?
I would imagine it's a little bit of Dan Campbell in this thing, like I said earlier, where it's like they're going to go in and play hard. They may not win, but I think the Lions were.
If they don't win, we
9
win the bet.
and 7 against the spread, or 9, 10, and what would that be? What's 17 games?
11-6, 10-7.
11. They might. Yeah, they were in that realm where it was like, holy
Yeah,
shit.
they're winning
Yeah,
against the spread. They had
yeah,
more
they're not.
wins.
We're not winning actual football
Right,
games, but they're
against
keeping
the spread.
everything close.
And that's all that matters in the game. That's all that matters in the betting
well,
world.
in the Caesars world, that's all that matters. Scan that QR code at the bottom, right?
There you go. Caesars. Sportsbook. Download it. Mic'd up. Not mic'd up. That one is actually still active. But it's MMLSU 15 to enter to win 4 tickets to the LSU game. Good Friday, boys. We're going to end a little early. 5 minutes early.
4.
Oh, just turned 4.
maybe 3.
You're going up to
Maybe one.
A-Town this weekend?
Yeah, I gotta go to A-Town.
No, you don't have to. You want to go.
Last trip,
wanna
I
go.
gotta go see my daughter. Last trip before football season, because then
He does not have a daughter.
I have no weekends off.
No daughter.
I said, boy, that's news to me, eh?
Wouldn't be shocked if Lloyd already has a vasectomy.
Yeah, it's in the works. I've been
Yeah,
doing it
wouldn't be-
myself.
Ugh.
Turned out I just circumcised
You may
myself again.
be dead then. You may not be on the show. You're going to A-Town.
Get hard!
Your fiance's in town. Jack, I'm sure, is going to be hitting it hard at the bars. I
Jesus.
am extremely happy that I
you're
don't
gonna say
have
the Bucks.
any plans
Mikey's going home.
this weekend. Like, this is my first time in a long
He's
time.
had a long
I don't have any
week.
plans, and I am so excited.
He's had a long week,
I
you
don't have
know.
anything planned. I'm pumped.
My parents wanted to have you over for dinner.
Oh, did they?
Uh-huh.
That's cool. I didn't get the invite.
I'm inviting you now.
Oh, I can't do that.
Tell him FaceTime me in.
Yeah.
Well, they already know I'm going to your wedding, so you're
What are they
I
cooking?
know,
What are
tell
they
him
cooking for
FaceTime me
dinner?
in.
Huh?
What are they cooking for dinner?
Kibby?
You're lying. I wouldn't go if they cooked for you for dinner
Why?
because I don't trust the fact that they could do it.
My mother's a chef.
Doesn't mean she can cook the kibby the way I want it.
That's why you're invited to cooking class, actually.
Oh, you want me to?
And
I'm the wrong person.
Allie's
to ask.
invited.
She don't know how to do it either.
Oh.
You invite my aunt, my mom, someone else. Not me.
I think your mom's already there.
Oh, okay. That's weird. She didn't call me.
It's supposed to be a surprise.
For what?
This is
I'm
the,
poking holes all in your
This
story.
is the 150th episode of the show that we've ever done.
You're making that up.
No, I'm not.
150th?
Yeah,
You're lying.
thought we were celebrating.
You're lying.
We popped a bottle of Cab.
I don't believe you. Don't believe you. Maybe I'll show up.
Yeah, I'll be in Alexandria. But it's for you.
For me, just for me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hang out just with your family.
That'd be a nightmare.
Have a great weekend. We'll be back live on Monday, 6 to 8, I think.
No flag football?
I do, but I think I don't know what time it is. Hopefully it's at 8. It doesn't matter.
This guy.
Debut as a quarterback, guys.
Oh. Jack, do you want to go out there?
You may have to come out there and take some video.
Maybe.
We'll be back on Monday.
Throw it this weekend?
I'm going to sling that thing.
They move you back?
Quick turnaround on Tuesday morning.
Spin the pill.
Spin the pill. Throw that pigskin.
Where's your confidence level if you're our quarterback?
I'll tie.
Out of
Always
10?
high. You gotta keep it high. Like
8 out of
DK
10.
says, choose confidence.
Hey, don't throw it to the other team.
No, I'm not going to throw the other team. Not
Do
gonna
you have
force it.
uniforms? Or just same color shirts?
Same color shirts.
I got that bootleggers jersey in the back if you want to stand out.
You need to cut your shirt like Zeke.
Crop top?
Yeah.
Put a
Oh,
number
like
on the
hot
back.
sauce? Do
Yeah.
the
Quarterback
sleeves?
towel.
The little fringes
I am
going.
getting a quarterback towel this week. Don't worry.
The
Have a good weekend. I'll see
He's
you.
got
We'll
the
see
Drew
y'all again
Brees
on
quarterback
Monday.
towel going.
Enjoy college football. Enjoy having be able to watch it and flip to games. I can't wait.
You
Enjoy
red
it
zone or no red zone?
for NFL. Well, NFL's not this weekend, so
I know.
Early.
I do red zone when I'm not watching the Saints or a game that I want to watch. If you are going to the Saints game, enjoy the game. Enjoy New Orleans. Enjoy the Saints game. Sorry that we didn't have anybody to give the tickets to. Nobody used that code. I mean, I didn't take the tickets. I don't have control of that. Yeah. But enjoy the weekend. Appreciate all the support. We're on all podcast networks, Spotify and Apple. Like, subscribe, share, tell a friend, comment, talk shit to us, praise us, whatever you want to do. Just interact with us. We enjoy it. We appreciate it. We're growing. We're trying to grow. Football season is going to be fun. We have a lot of guests lined up. So if you enjoy it, tell me that you enjoy it. If you don't enjoy it, tell us why you don't enjoy it.
318-794-9133. Text Mikey.
That's not my number. Again, enjoy the weekend. We'll see you later. Peace.
Get out of here. Later, boys.